All right, this week is all about winning a national championship. One thing, Macy Wilson Turley, she knows how to win a national championship because she did it in the year 2000. Dominating performance yesterday, Macy. 13-2 over Northwestern. I couldn't be happier with the performance. I'll just open it up to you. What was just kind of your overall thoughts from game one?
Yeah, kind of a range of emotions. First of all, what a dominating performance. They played lights out. They did everything that you would ever want them to do in one softball game. So overall, I was a little nervous at first. I thought, okay, so is this how we're going to see OU class? I was sitting on my seat for sure. And then they did exactly what OU does. They made those at-bat adjustments. I think Hope Troutwine got a little bit more comfortable once they got that first run when they at least tied the score 1-1. She got more comfortable. Her better. Everything kind of came together after that, and then they played good old-fashioned OU softball. They looked great.
Yeah, and they really came close in the first two innings. They just really got unlucky in the second. The leadoff runner gets on, was it Lindsay Elam maybe? Kinsey Hansen squares one up right to the third baseman. She makes a play, throws it to first, double up. Not a whole lot you can do there, but it just always seems like they're, even if they're down 1-0 in the third, it feels like they're always one base hit away from just blowing it wide open. And what an elite championship response to respond with that run with the grand slam of your own. Grand slam and back-to-back innings. It just goes to what we talked about a couple of episodes ago, Macy. It's crazy to say that a team at 55-2 is playing its best softball of the year, but I definitely think at the plate they're hitting better than they have all year long, considering the competition at this point in the year.
Yeah, and I think that it's just maybe it's what's the saying, missing the forest for the trees. It's you're just in that one inning and you're looking at that one inning and you're evaluating like what you're expecting the entire game to be based on that one inning. And that's just not how it is. They're able to make those adjustments and we saw that. So, the first inning, we didn't see a lot of success and it's like, okay, is this how it's going to all play out? No, it's not. So they, like I said, they're able to make those adjustments when they're at the plate. And then they started hitting some balls and sometimes, that's just baseball. That's softball. We're going to hit some hard balls and it's going to go straight to people. And with Kinsey Hansen's shot that she nailed, it was a great shot. And you have to have some confidence knowing you're at least seeing good pitches, you're making good contact, and sometimes those things happen. But they are able to make those adjustments and, championship mindset come out and absolutely dominate after that.
Here's how good Hope Troutwine is, because there's points in that game you're saying, Hope, got to get on top of hitters. Hope, why are you walking so many hitters? And then you look up at the end of the game, she throws 4 2/3 and has 2 earned runs on the day. Statistically, it was another great outing by her, but that was an outing that I think at times we're like, she doesn't have her best stuff. But she still held a really good Northwestern team to only 2 runs in 4 2/3 innings. In the Women's College World Series, I will take it with this offense.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. And in fact, when she got that first run against her, it's like, you still have to keep in mind, we do have to at least score 1 run to win this thing. So
yeah,
at least have that, but it's like, you don't want to see them that they're getting on a roll. It did look like at first she was getting behind and deep into a lot of her at-bats. And it's like, okay, you've got to start getting ahead in these pitches. Okay, we've got to stop walking as many people. And at the end of the day, you go back and look at the numbers. And of course, I'm sure they're going to talk about, she had 5 strikeouts, 5 walks. They've got to get those walk numbers down. But at the end of the day, holding them to 2 runs is a pretty successful day.
All right, and the big story that happened yesterday, did not expect it, but Jordy Ball comes in for the last out of the game, gives up a couple hits. The last hit was kind of a cheap hit, but, like you said, that's softball. That'll happen sometimes. Just your overall thoughts on what we saw from Jordy Ball yesterday.
The crowd reception when she came in was incredible. It was just so good to see her back on the mound with her moxie that she has, bouncing around. It looked like, Jordy Ball's back. Her right arm, obviously very wrapped up in that sleeve for her forearm. Now, pitch-wise, I'm not sure. I need somebody to correct me because I haven't found any information to say otherwise. To me, it didn't look like she was throwing her hard balls.
Yeah.
It looked like she was throwing a lot of off speed. So that was the only thing that I could say was concerning was that is like, okay, if we're going to test her and see how she's feeling, then let's throw some pitches and see how it goes. So I didn't find a lot of confidence in that, unless I'm just totally wrong and she's just so dominant that her pitches just they look off speed. But other than that, I mean, it's so good to see her back out there. I'm glad she got some time on the mound. I hope she's feeling great today and that we can see her moving forward.
One of the things I love, just one of the things I love about Patty Gasso is she didn't really sugarcoat things. Not a whole lot of coach speak with her. She really kind of tells it how it is in the post-game press conference. So if she says something after the game, then I feel like, okay, that's what she honestly believes. That's not really the case for a whole lot of college coaches out there, especially in the football world. She was, I mean, just over the moon excited about what Jordy Ball was able to do yesterday. So just based on that, I think I'm pretty happy with what we saw from Jordy. And a good point that was pointed out to me yesterday is, her expectations are so high that did we really think that after not pitching for a month as a true freshman in the Women's College World Series, she was just going to come in not 100% and just blow the first hitter away in 3 pitches? Right. That was also the 4-5. I think it was the 3-4-5 hitters that she faced for Northwestern as well. So all things considered, I think we got to keep things in perspective a little bit. It was a good outing. And if Patty's happy about it, then I'm happy about it.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, no, you got it. I mean, and like you said, her expectations are so high, and that they've got her on a short leash right now also. So, I mean, they're not going to do anything to push it. They're not going to do anything that's going to be detrimental to her health. So, yeah, to know that Coach Gasso went from giving them at 6 at the first of the year to now that she's the way that they're playing. I mean, she sees those little adjustments, and yeah, she's happy. We're happy.
Saturday is a big game. You win Saturday, you are in the driver's seat to make it to the championship series. You're in a good spot. Familiar foe, Texas will be there. Texas is red hot right now. Won that regional at Washington, won that super at Arkansas, and just destroyed UCLA on Thursday afternoon. On one hand, you could say, well, Haley Dolcini beat OU last time she played them. She's got a lot of confidence. I think that that's a scenario here, Macy, but tell me if I'm crazy for thinking that Haley Dolcini is seeing the way that OU's hitting right now. Everyone is. Mm-hmm. Is there a chance that instead of bringing confidence, that works the other way? And OU's like, you beat us last time. There's no way that's happening again. Watch this the next time we see you. I'm just trying to figure out what that dynamic looks like going into Saturday.
Yeah, I think it's option B. I think that even Coach Gasso talked about it in her presser yesterday. She was asked, would you rather face a team that you haven't seen before, or would you rather face a team that you've seen before? And she said, hands down, face a team that we've seen before because we know what to expect.
Yeah.
They faced her. Yeah, and the girls have their own saying that you may be able to beat us once, but you can't beat us twice. So I think that they've got every confidence in the world going into this game, whether she's beaten them or not, that they have seen her. They know what to expect. I'm sure they've been watching film on it. They've been studying it, and they're going to be ready for her. Absolutely.
Do you like this new format of the Women's College World Series? You win on Thursday, you got a day off on Friday. Essentially, OU can have – you win yesterday, you got a day off on Friday. You win Saturday, you get a day off on Sunday. Do you like where this team is at right now, how hot they are? Do you like that extra day in between games, or would you just want this team just to keep playing?
Well, a spectator in myself, and actually the former athlete in myself, I'd rather just keep playing.
Yeah.
I mean, even elimination format, I know that they've taken out that if game. I mean, they've moved it to the second day so that they've got a rest day in there. And I'm like, this is softball. Like, we're used to playing back to back in games. So the spectator in me really likes to see that I'd like to know that we have a game today, but I think that the rest is obviously appreciated. And I do think that it really sets the game up to where you're seeing the best component for each team. So they're able to put out the best product on the field, where maybe, they'd have to sit their lead pitcher or whatever it is. But so I think that the format works out maybe so that you see the best product, but the spectator in me wants to just keep going. Let's just keep winning. We're doing well. Let's keep it rolling. 2
grand slams against Northwestern. I didn't know this until last night. You hit a grand slam in 1999?
I did, yeah.
Who was it against? Where was it at? Tell me the details on that one.
It was in Arlington. We had a tournament down in Arlington, and it was against Southern Miss. So I was at that game. I came in, and I don't remember all the details. It's been a couple of years ago, but I think we were down by 2 runs, and came in, and Coach Gasso put me in. And that's where I've always said, like, with these pinch hitters, with some of these situations, it's almost like there's a relief of stress there, because I'm like, oh, you're kind of putting me in a lose-lose situation here. Like, what's the worst that can happen? So, yeah, I found some success and hit a grand slam. I love to hear Christy Ring, my former teammate, tell the story, because I guess there was a maintenance man that was working on the center field fence at the time, and I hit it right over him, and it knocked him over. So
Oh, nice.
they thought that was hilarious to watch the guy fall over. But yeah, it was.
That's great. I just can't believe you don't remember every detail about it. If I hit a grand slam in a D1 softball game, I remember every single detail. I would know that man's first and last and middle initial if I hit a grand slam that knocks someone out. That's amazing. Hey, look, this team is used to success, okay? Again, they're 55-2. They know how to handle themselves. I'm curious, though, your thoughts after beating Northwestern like that yesterday. How does Patty handle Friday going into Saturday? Like a day off today, what do you think OU's day is going to look like? What do you think that she's telling the team?
Yeah, today I bet they're going to have fun. Whatever they're going to do, they may go get some swings in. They may get some field time, who knows. But when we were there for our days off, that's when we went and watched the Gladiator. That's when we just had some fun as a team. We got to just hang out and not really have to worry about, competition. We're gonna relax and have fun and enjoy each other. So I'm sure that's what they're doing today. They're going to be watching games that are going on, and then Saturday it's just going to be all about that focus. And it's like I've said the whole time, this whole season has been the prep for what they're at now. So they may watch some game film about Texas and how they're playing and pitching right now, and studying up, and they're getting ready. So this is time.
2000 national champ, but also a hardcore fan now for all OU sports. From the fan side of things, what's like if you could draw it up, how they win the national championship and who they beat along the way? Obviously, you want to beat Texas on Saturday, but are you wanting to see Oklahoma State in the championship series? Are you wanting to play Florida? Are you wanting to play someone else? What is Macy Wilson-Turley, the fan? Who do you want to see OU play in the championship series? What would be the sweetest outcome?
I think it would be fun to see Oklahoma State. I mean, I know that, they're little brother, little sister, but I think it would be fun. I know that the stadium would be packed, and you'd have that rivalry going, and I think that we thrive in those scenarios. So, hey, at this point, give us anybody. Of course, I'd love to see Florida there. Coach Walton was our hitting coach when he was at OU. He's a good friend. He's a great coach. I think he hit I want to say 1,000 wins. I mean, some milestone that he just hit. So it'd be great to see him there. So any of them. I mean, really, you can't lose. Put any team out there, and they're going to be fun to watch.
It's the best time of the year. I mean, especially for college softball, it's just so much fun to watch this team play at the highest level. But I think I speak for a lot of people. Tomorrow's going to be nerve-wracking. If they're down 1-0 going into the third, like they were against Northwestern, against Texas of all teams, you got to earn it this time of the year. But God, Macy, I'm just hoping that this team causes no stress tomorrow and just puts Haley Dolcini and Texas away earlier. Easier said than done, because Texas is a good team. But tomorrow's the first real stress test of this thing.
Yeah, it is. And Texas looked great yesterday. I think they had a 7-2 win over UCLA and just dominated. I mean, their bats looked great. Their fielding looked great, and obviously pitching is strong. So it'll definitely be a good test. But if now's the time better than any to see OU rise up and dominate that one also. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, what can we do? Play their best ball right now.
Yeah. Are you making it to Oklahoma City for any of the games?
Sadly, no, not this round. We've got baseball tournament this weekend, but right now, how it all lines up, it's perfect. So we play, and then or the baseball team plays, and then still get back to watch some OU softball. But I'd love to be there. I'm there in spirit, that's for sure.
There you go. Macy Wilson-Turley, 2000 national champ, Macy's Minute. You can catch her on every episode. Thank you for your continued support of the podcast. Thanks for joining us today. And I know everyone's going to feel you in spirit there at Hall of Fame Stadium. You cheer loud enough for the rest of us. So, no, seriously, thanks again.